Today, guys, we have a new podcast series. It is the second episode of the podcast, and we still haven't figured out the name, but you probably see the name on the screen right
on the
now.
channel, yeah.
Yeah, so just two guys yapping on a Saturday morning, of course, Saturday night. So we have 3 prompts for today. We want to talk with you and maybe yap a bit, just talk about general questions, problems, I don't know, what's going on in our lives. So the first prompt we have for today is: work or fill your day with productivity until brushing your teeth or something like showering is not a chore, more so a reward that you're getting. So, I've been kind of sick, and this sounds like maybe coming from a small kid that doesn't want to go to the shower or brush your teeth, but I genuinely be having these moments where when I want to go to the shower, when I brush my teeth, I have so less like enjoyment. I don't know if
You don't feel
you
like
don't
it.
but you don't even enjoy brushing your teeth. And I know this sounds ridiculous because of course who's enjoying brushing teeth or going to the shower, but I mean it in a how should I say it, in a general sense. So I don't want to sound like a small kid or something telling his parents he doesn't want to shower or brush his teeth. It's just more so of a metaphor or analogy for things that kind of belong to your day-to-day basis, right? Like going somewhere or waiting for the train to arrive, things like these, where you're just basically on autopilot,
Yeah.
And these things I find myself often not to enjoy, or just, of course, you may doing it every day, you're kind of doing it on autopilot. It's not a special thing to do, but I feel like if you, and I know a lot of people don't like this mentality of, you gotta plan your day when you're so young, apparently, and you gotta just chill your life, you're gonna enjoy your life with when you're in this stage. And I'm sure some of you teenagers or just the people that are watching us are maybe younger or maybe older and try to get in kind of this mindset of actually doing something instead of just, watching reels every day. And I don't mean it like you should enjoy brushing your teeth or you should jump up and down when you're brushing your teeth and, I don't know, like with enthusiasm. I feel like
you just want to make it easier, right? Or make it feel easier, so you don't have to force yourself to do it, right?
I want to make me feel. I want to make this feel as a reward. If you get what I'm saying, your day has been so hard that brushing your teeth is actually rewarding because. And I don't mean you have to work yourself to death. Right? Yeah. But and what is working to death in our time of age, especially with privilege and stuff. It depends. If you're working on construction, right, you maybe work your
there is something different, right? I think I know what you mean, and I think when you first when we were skiing, I guess I think you first said this. Oh yeah.
Tell him.
Yeah, we were skiing together in the mountains here in Switzerland, and we had great fun. He recorded some for his some videos for his ASMR channel, and it was just like fun times up in the mountains, so we were having our usual evening I don't know, coding and editing session. I think you edited and I was coding, whatever. And you basically came up with this idea don't make brushing your teeth or showering at the end of your day as being a chore or something that you must do, but more of a reward. I think I remember when you said this to me, and I was blown away. This is I know about mindset shifts in general for tasks you need to do or generally things in your life, but that was really interesting for me.
Right, I feel like so much stuff that's been said from people like motivational speakers and stuff, and these people oftentimes just say shit for clip farming and stuff, but rarely do people change your mind shift. And I feel like you can't really change a mind, because at the end of the day, it's still by definition you change a mind if you encourage someone to do something new. You kind of inspire him to make something or get out of his comfort zone, right?
Yeah.
But in this type of sense, I don't feel like these motivational speakers be so, so subtle about the things they're saying. And oftentimes, how I said, they're just clip farming, guys. And what I mean by it's just an analogy at the end of the day. I feel like brushing teeth or whatever it should be a reward, because if this is a chore, this means, or this is a thing you kind of, and let's say you're kind of forcing yourself to do and not enjoying, of who enjoys brushing teeth, but it's just for the for the sake of it. Your day has been too filled with pleasure. You know what I mean? I feel like, let's say you don't even have to take this to the business side or to the
just to the normal life, like normal teenager life, as you maybe are, as you're watching.
Let's say you're struggling with.
As we are,
right. So let's say you're struggling with school, keeping up with school, and oftentimes the issue is social media, or I don't know, you're a gooner, bro. So that's the hard truth, bro. That's the hard truth.
Really.
And let's say you're struggling with school, and then you at the end of the day with your, I don't know, like 10 hours of screen time or worse, and then you're forcing yourself kind of out of your cozy ass corner, and you're and you have your phone in your hand, and then you brush your teeth with your phone, then you go to bed with your phone, you shower with the phone, with music, all of this stuff. And
just doing everything with your phone, like.
Yeah, I'm just maybe describing stereotypes at this point. I feel like.
No, I mean, it's true. I know people who do this probably.
Yeah.
Or I expect them to do this.
Yeah, because at this time, kind of, I noticed that when I kind of think back on 2015, where we were pretty young, but like having a phone was a privilege, I'd say, and having like connection and having like decent knowledge about social media was also cool, privilege and stuff, but it wasn't so how do I say this? It wasn't so normal to do everything with your phone, like to be in the toilet with your phone.
I mean, we were kind of like hanging out every day, like on the
like
playground,
just normal
or
kid
like,
stuff, right?
Yeah, but also sometimes we're like, I don't know, playing a game together, like something like Clash Royale or something like that.
Yeah,
but we weren't like on our phones like every time, right? So it wasn't really normal.
And the statistics changed drastically. I mean, I do recall like 2015, I don't know, 2016. The average screen time was like maybe like 3 hours. I don't know. I don't know the statistic, right? Could be more, could be less. But it kind of skyrocketed right now, and right now it is like at 7 to 8 hours, maybe even 9. The last time I checked, it was like at 7:30, 7:20. But I mean, even 7 hours of screen time. This is more than half of your day.
Yeah, and I mean, and I mean, look, let's make a little thought experiment. Let's say you have like 8 hours a day screen time, and you have this for 3 days. Now you've just 8 times 3, 24. You just wasted. You could have one full day in all of these 3 days. You know what I mean? Like in all of these 3 days spent at your phone, you could have like one full day. And like, we don't mean like to say like, oh, we're perfect, we have like 1 or 0 hours of screen time, because we are doing digital creation, we are doing coding.
That's the thing about doing productive stuff on your phone and doing
that's also true. That's
shitty
also
stuff
true.
on your phone. I mean, a lot of people have 7 hours of screen time, but it's not just scrolling on Reels or scrolling on social media. It's also working, and this is also not good. But it's just the time we've kind of evolved to. I don't know. We don't want to get like too theoretical and too like perfectionist. We just want to make simple stuff like enjoyable again. When was like the last time you've sat on your toilet without your phone, bro? I don't know about you, but I can't remember, bro. I really can't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of often do it. I'm like not really hooked, because I spend, when I'm at home, I spend most time on my laptop anyways, and I don't feel like bringing it with me because it's kind of gross, right?
That's a good habit, right?
And like generally, I just want.
Yeah,
I think the more time I spend on the toilet, I like waste doing something productive, you know.
Okay,
So
let's get away from toilets.
Skibbity toilet.
Nah, bro. That's the thing I'm talking about, right? Like so Brainrot shit. Okay, let's not compare toilet. Like maybe when you're eating alone, do you have your phone in your hands or do you do something with your phone? I personally always sometimes when I don't have the access to or when I have friends around me, right? I don't eat with my phone in watching social media, but oftentimes it's just kind of normal, you know. It's just kind of the free dopamine hits and the free. And we're not gurus, right? We're not trying to make your life in one video better. What we're trying to do is entertain you and tell you about different perspectives of lives, like, right? Kind of. And that's the thing that all the motivational gurus are missing. Because, for example, let's take Jack
Pickett.
Jack Pickett, right?
Yeah.
This guy
in Australia.
I don't know if he's in Australia or whatever. I know he always wears like red-ish, like this lumberjack jacket. This kind of his branding, I feel like. And the really simple titles with like this stare. And it's almost like provocative, some of his titles, and kind of extreme, you know. But still, a lot of people do feel
can relate, I guess, to the title.
Yeah, many people can relate to the title, and that's why he gets his community of people that are basically just failure and trying to get better. But what he's doing, it's like really smart because he's hooking with every new video. It's just making their rabbit hole and all of that they're making worse because they end up watching too much of his content.
They watch more and more because they want more. Like, I think when you watch a video of this type, and not gonna lie, I think we both did this at some point of our life, right?
A lot of people. 2022 was like this propaganda of
this huge like self-improvement and
niche. I mean, it's for sure good. There's no like bad argument against it, but
it's like what you do.
Self-improvement,
right?
Self-improvement is not called self-improvement for. It's called self-improvement for a reason, right? So let's say you have. That's also a thing I stumbled in the last days upon. But that's kind of more niche. You have to just take this analogy some different way. So let's say you're a YouTuber like us. We're not big. We're just trying to do something, right? And you're a small YouTuber seeking for you made some videos and you're seeking for advice, tips, whatever, because you're kind of shit, okay? If you kind of wouldn't be shit, you would be popular, or at least more popular. And I mean, there's a difference between good videos and bad videos. And let's say you're so desperate, and I'm speaking about myself here, but I learned quickly. You're so desperate that you find yourself on these advice channels and find yourself with these coaches that have thousands of videos of teaching how to get better at content creation. And it's just like, endless. And you can watch endless of these videos because they're all so addictive. Because once you fall into this hole, you never kind of can get back. And what I noticed, I've been in some of the streams of these channels lately. And I mean, it's a huge niche, like this self-improvement. Not self-improvement. This, like growing channels on YouTube. Huge niche, right? And so these guys be talking about how to improve your channel in basically every video and changing some details, some nuances, and kind of living off it because this niche is huge. And then they're making live streams and rating YouTube channels. And I gotta say, as a small YouTuber, you're kind of desperate. And now comes the actual analogy. Let's say you're a expert at something. You don't need advice from someone. And let's say you're just beginning with something. You maybe could need some advice, but at the end of the day, it just depends on how you work and how you progress, because no one's gonna push you, or maybe they will, Jack Pickett will, but I'm not saying it's gonna work. You gotta push yourself. Yeah, you're just gonna push yourself. Let's say you're desperate for love, and you're so desperate that you want a coach to teach you how to, he's good, but he learned all of his experiences because he's either A, good looking, or B, confident and, rich, grooms himself.
Yeah, he has status and all
and
that shit.
Not even status, he has like maybe experience, right? And that's the thing that divides you from all these people without experience. So basically, a lot of people want to get experience without actually doing something, you know what I mean? A lot of people want to get the end result, or want to get the bro,
I mean, it already releases so much dopamine if you just watch a video about self-improvement or watch a video about content creation growth, because I think your brain actually thinks that
you've already made it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
And I think your brain does not even think that you made it, but your brain is like, oh, I now know how to do it, I don't really need to do it. I think that's like how the brain like thinks, and I'm no like neuroscientist. I don't really know the exact details of it, but I think this is how it feels like from my perspective. I'm always like, all right, now I know how to do it, but you don't actually need to know how to do it.
That's a crazy
you need to
thing,
do it.
Right?
You need to do it. You don't need to know how to do it. You just need to do it, and if you do it enough, you will get an expert at it. And it doesn't matter which field in life.
Guys, I feel like, if we get into this, we're just gonna be really rhetorical and theoretical. So let's jump right to the next prompt. We have also something about social media. We have follower seeking people, and we have like doom scrolling is getting trendy. I'm sure you heard of doom scrolling. It's essentially just scrolling your life away on your phone
all of the time, 24/7.
And people that are seeking for followers on, I've seen it way more on Instagram.
Yeah, explain this to me. I don't really understand.
Right. So I can maybe show a video afterwards, so you can. I'll send you the video to
I think I will put it on here.
It would be cool. So maybe let me go a bit to the side so you see the video. So people are actively trying to get followers, no matter what it takes.
So you mean like do whatever gets you followers, right? Even if it's something like stupid anymore.
And the stupid thing is, their whole existence is about getting followers, or the whole videos is about, I don't have, if I get this X amount of followers, I will do this and this. Their whole existence is about getting followers, and I mean, if you want to just for the sake of it, just have some followers and have some clout. I mean, it's cool, but you don't gonna have like loyal subscribers or loyal people that are actually following you,
right.
And that kind of makes me sick. I can't really comprehend and explain it to you properly, because these people just be sitting in front of the camera and praying for followers or praying for subs. And that kind of makes me sick, because you're not building your own brand. You're building like, and at this point, like a lot of people on Instagram have 100K. You see, like 10 years ago, 10 years ago was a different time, right? But 10 years ago, 100K on Instagram
was a big number. Right?
Was like, you're like the governor of the state almost. With 100K, right? Yeah. But today, 100K, you see like random people walking around with 100K. A lot of people are, if you jump to another topic, making huge cash with Brainrot content, and dozens of videos of people. Okay, I'm making a YouTube automatization, and then you click on the video, you see like in the thumbnail, like I made 10K making YouTube automatization, TikTok automatization videos, and then they're talking about how they upload Brainrot content and make money. I feel like making revenue and the part with money is cool, but it's not so about growing your own brand anymore. It's just creating like commercial content that brings you with only one goal in mind, to make cash. No one's thinking actively about how am I gonna grow my brand. I'm sure there's a lot of folks that are trying to do this, right? But a lot of people are just seeking for attention.
Yeah.
And they're getting it really quick. And you've heard like this T-shirt print on that I feel like kind of matches my mindset more and more by day. Like, stop making dumb people successful. That's kind of my issue with.
But do you really think these people are dumb? Because I mean, they kind of exploited something like a very niche, like for example, Brainrot content. So they are kind of dumb in a way, but like in a way they're also pretty smart because they know how to exploit such a niche, right?
Yeah, if you go like into the depths of it, I feel like they're not dumb. It's just so.
But I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah,
they're just desperate for like attention, right? Desperate
yeah,
for
if
followers.
you talk about people that are trying to get followers, if you talk about people that are making brainrot content and automating their channel to 10K dollars a month and uploading like just straight up shit, you could argue if they are dumb. I mean, I've seen a lot of these videos and I don't feel like they're dumb because it takes time and it takes knowledge to with all the copyright, all the things that YouTube is doing with creators. It's pretty easy with to get demonetized on YouTube or to earn any money on your video that you work like hours for. But bro, I just can't stand, like, it's not about growing your brand or yourself anymore. It's just about making dumb shit on YouTube, or making dumb shit. I don't know. It's a bit more complicated than this, of course, but hard to wrap my head around, bro. Okay.
Let's talk about the doom scrolling part. That I think doom scrolling, I think you wrote it down. Doom scrolling is kind of getting a trend, and I think this is like very concerning.
I could also show you a video of this. That's crazy. I feel like people actively like promoting their screen time. I mean, not so much. I didn't see so much people, but maybe it's also like kind of a meme, and I get it if it's a meme, like funny and stuff. But I've seen like how to watch reels when you sleep. I feel like it's more of a meme, but
it's still concerning.
It's still like the fact that it is a meme, of course, but some of the people are not taking it as a meme, There's a lot of kind of, you've seen like that the motivational videos that used to be purely motivation and purely like alpha male stuff got to a point where they're motivating you to do like dumb stuff, like go on XYZ game and earn amount of trophies, or go right now into a casino and start making cash, or you haven't scrolled enough on Insta Reels, you gotta scroll more. I don't know if you've seen this type of content, but that's just what I've been seeing lately, and I don't like the habit of scrolling on Insta. You gotta enjoy yourself somehow, but Insta Reels is not the way to. I feel like. Right. And it sounds too alpha male if I say this, but
no, I think it's completely reasonable, because for my part, like,
but a lot of people are gonna judge you for saying that. Even this phrase, bro, I deleted all of my social medias. Huh? You feel like you're someone, you feel like you're doing something.
I completely get what you mean. Like, for my part, I'm not really scrolling, like.
Yeah, I get that, bro.
So I didn't really see those videos, but. I have a few friends who, of course, I have a few friends who do this, because it's kind of like normal.
And the thing is, you say, of course I've. Whereas it should be kind of weird, but it isn't, right?
It's become kind of the norm, and I think, like, one of these friends, he always says like, oh yeah, now that we're finished with this task, I'm gonna go doom scrolling, and I guess he's like.
That's crazy, bro. Is he like saying this actively?
is he? Let me explain. He's saying this actively.
That's crazy.
But like actually, it's not his personality. You know, he's such a great friend. He's one of my best friends. But like he says it, and I think, yeah, he says it like.
Nah, but who's gonna say, yeah, I'm finally finished with the math exam, oh, bro, let's doom scroll on Insta.
Yeah, well, I would expect him to say this, but like, he also says it kind of like humorously, like, you know what I mean? Like, he says it normally, but he says it kind of as a joke. So it's not completely like serious. He doesn't mean it serious, but like, kind of.
Yeah, I totally get it, but you know, these jokes, right? They're kind of getting from jokes to reality almost, and I don't feel like it's gonna come to the point where it's gonna be like you know, like locked in on doom scrolling. It's always gonna be this silly joke, but it's always gonna be in the back of our minds, and I don't like, you know, yapping philosophically about this shit, because again, bro, I don't want to be judged really hard on this, because as I said, like, why are you talking this way? Huh? Who you think you are, bro? And I'm sure there's lots of people in our age that also, I've seen like these titles of folks like, yeah, it was really that damn phone, you know, or how social media is destroying your life, or if you talk about the porn industry, the pornography industry, also growing with each day, and also being promoted at the moment right now, and you can't even escape it if you like, it kind of is a two-in-one package, right? If you, it's everywhere. If you just decide on go on social media and scroll for a bit, I'm sure you're gonna see one of these ads for these corny websites, and it's always certainly for men, because women aren't really in this niche, but it's kind of a hard assumption to make. But I feel like you get this. It's more for the, you know, for also for a really young community, or for a really young audience to see. And I mean, a lot of these creators have young audiences. They just, you know, are you 18? Of course I'm 18.
Yeah, like they give the fake age,
Yeah, but I don't like really talk about this stuff, because of course, judgment and so on. But do you have also something to the whole doom scrolling, and, you know, to the like narrative that's been told with all these silly videos and stuff?
Yeah, I think it's again, I think the grieving, or like the not grieving, but like the craving for followers and for attention. So you try to be like, oh yeah, I'm so cool, I'm doom scrolling, I'm locked in on doom scrolling for 24 hours today. You know, like
I have what are you doing on this platform? Get off this platform and start scrolling 8 hours for reels. You haven't what was that? You haven't achieved your daily 8 hours scrolling on reels. Get to it right now.
I mean, they just want attention, and
I
think that's just a bit, I think it's almost a bit cringe that they almost like crave for this attention, right? So
what do you mean by who craves?
Yeah, the people who say, like, the people who create these videos, like, go log in on doom scrolling, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they're kind of, you know, walking around with their accounts with like 10k followers or 100k. Look at my account. I get that, bro, but it's not. Oftentimes when people talk about this, I have a brand and I make money, and what do you do? I make like social media content, and oftentimes what they're doing is not growing their brand by itself, because in order to grow your brand today, you're either gonna have to have extreme opinions, you're either gonna have to be a woman, and I'm not gonna get into details, but let's say pretty women's also really get a lot of attention. That's just facts right there. You don't even need to talk about this. Okay, right, so we have we have pretty women, we have extreme opinions, we have extreme people in general, people that are expressing themselves, let's say, a bit too hard on some topics, and, you know, there's a bunch of stuff to go viral, but in order to grow your brand or grow yourself as a human being on the net, bro, it's hard. You gotta have to have certainly something different that is different from the others, right? And a lot of people are talking about have a huge community on TikTok, or I have a huge following on YouTube, and I'm making 6 digits a month and stuff, but it's not their content. They're just stealing content either, or they're just, some people have like editing skills and can edit a cool video, but bro,
the industry has changed, right?
Of course.
You need to, like, in some way, yes, it's become much more harder to build a brand because there are so many fish out there, I would call it. Like,
people are even trying, and I'm talking about these, like these YouTube accounts that are trying to, help you grow your channel and stuff. People are really saying, is it still worth it to open a channel in 2025? Or, the moment 2025 struck, 2025 is going to be a year and stuff, and all these dumb ass resolutions. The same thing if you're gonna just take a fat person and plan him into the gym, or let's say take 100 fat obese people. Let's use the word obese, because I'm gonna get cancelled. 100 obese people, put him in a gym, one of them is gonna get jacked, the rest is gonna stay obese and maybe make some improvements. But that's the same with these coaches and these gurus that are trying to teach you. I feel like you're going to change like one people's mind, but that's it.
Yeah, I think especially when it comes to building a brand, I think having like skills is also super important, because you need to know how to, like, if you want to build a brand, if you want to build a social media account, a YouTube channel, something like that, you need to know so many things nowadays, because you want to make it feel professional, right? Because otherwise you can't really stand out. You need to stand out, right? And I think you also need to go ahead and acquire the skills. And I'm not like saying you should go ahead and learn to code. You should go and ahead and learn to, I don't know, do video editing. I think it's more like you should like do something that you really enjoy, and then I think that's also a pretty cool thing, because when you have something you enjoy, there's almost certainly a niche for it, and you can almost certainly then also use this niche for your content, right?
I get that.
So let's say you're like super into fidget spinners even in 2025. I think there could be a niche for it, and
like 100 people, but 100 people is 100 people.
Yeah,
right?
and I mean, if you're super enthusiastic about it and you're like a very big fan, I think this is gonna come over in your channel, like in your videos, and you're gonna convince the people, and maybe you will grow. And I mean, that would be kind of crazy, though. You like start a fidget spinner channel in 2025. Just a weird example, but
it would be also an interesting experiment to see if you can kind of revive something from but the point with you have to have this huge skill set is relative, because I feel like it depends, of course, what your niche is. That's the first thing, because I mean, as I said, you, in order to be successful in this time of age and stuff, you need to have like one of 3 factors, like beauty, skills, or just humor, or something that separates you from other people.
Yeah, I mean, but humor could be like also a skill, right?
Yeah, of course. And that's how people made their career, with like sense of humor, right? So not even with the looks. If you think about funny people, they're oftentimes not so good looking, but if there are, they're even more successful, right?
Yeah.
And there's a lot of a lot of things to talk about here, because if you want to be successful on TikTok, and by the way, TikTok is getting banned tomorrow, I think, and I feel it's gonna get banned unless someone buys it, but I don't feel like. But
yeah, I think Elon and Mr. Beast, they want to buy it, but like, I think this is either it's just a meme, or it's like
it's not
even
worth mentioning,
even emptier than a meme. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just completely irrelevant what they're saying.
It's just like bro, I don't know how to feel about this platform, because it has brought more pain, or more like brain rot.
TikTok?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
then good.
Yeah. Do you still have TikTok on your...
Yeah, but I don't use it, bro.
Yeah.
But it's the same excuse with, I don't have TikTok, but I still scroll on Insta.
Yeah, fair.
It's the same thing, essentially. But TikTok is also one of these, like, huge platforms that is just either making people lots of money, or making just people, kind of distant from society and different from society, making people dumber.
I mean, 95% are the people who are distant from society and like very addicted or just consuming endlessly, and maybe 5% are actually earning like good money.
And when you
TikTok.
talked about, you know, the difference in skill sets people do gotta have, that's also crazy because let's say on platforms like YouTube, and don't even let's don't take platforms here because it's a bit different than niches. Let's take niches for example. So I talked about this, or you mentioned it a bit early in the video, in the podcast. I make ASMR videos, right? Bienvenue. And ASMR is a huge niche, if you think about it, but a low effort niche one. And I'm not a full-time ASMR creator, if you're wondering. I'm just doing as an experiment, and it's going quite well, considering I upload every day, and I'm in less than 1 month already at almost 1K subscribers, right? And it's
that's
cool.
crazy, yeah.
But I don't put any effort in it. Like, it's minimal effort, and I could do this really quick, right? And these types of niches, you don't need a huge skill set for, regarding like, let's say, you got to invest something in microphones and stuff.
I think microphone is really the only thing you need, because yes, you could theoretically use your phone's mic, but I think your phone's camera is definitely enough. And then you maybe just need a mic, and there are so many mics that you can just plug into your phone and then just directly use it. So the entry base is so fucking low. Yeah,
but the thing with this is also, regardless of the niche, as I said, 3 things to make you stand out and to make you successful. I see in the ASMR niche just women, and it's oftentimes just pretty women. There's a small part of males and like the male gender that sees quick success because of their looks. It's oftentimes just pretty looking women that get like astronomical numbers. I'm talking about uploading a video, and the first video is a hit. I mean, the first video could be sometimes a hit, right? But oftentimes it is just don't. You know, you get your typical 2 to 3 views on your first video, and you're praying for more, but it's not gonna happen, right? But these girls are uploading and putting not so much effort in, and still getting huge numbers. And I mean, it's just if we talk about beauty, right? But if we take another niche, for example, let's take the technology niche, people reviewing stuff, right? Phones. You gotta have a great setup. It does not matter how you look. Of course, it can be you know, pretty like look.
Because you are not the product. Like on ASMR, you review the products. You need to actually acquire the product. You need to make brand deals.
Good quality, right?
It's crazy. Like so different. Like skill set and so different type of content. Like it's crazy. Yeah,
we're talking about like general things right there, but it has changed for sure because all, you know, if we talk about year 2015, there were not so much tech products out. Like I don't know, 2015. Which iPhone was out in 2015?
Probably like 7 or 8, because like the first iPhone was in 2007. So 8 years, I think roughly 7.
Right.
Yeah,
but that's crazy. If you like think about it, I can remember this time of, you know, this was so good. You know, never ever would we have this time unless I don't know. A lot of people are also talking about, yeah, bro, you know, in 2016 the grass was greener or something. I feel like it's just,
that's not true. I mean, you're just not realizing how it is like right now, because you're distracted, or
maybe could be
you just see the world differently as you get older, and I think that's normal, right? That's completely normal.
Of course it is for sure. You know, if we change so much, if you like look at yourself at a picture from yourself from 1 year ago, you feel like, bro, am I even the same person? That is crazy how everything changed. But I feel like it changed like drastically in the last couple of years. It wasn't just like, you know, a normal you know, event from, let's say, from 1950 to 1960. I feel like there's also been lots of changes, but like in the last,
a lot of changes.
Maybe not the best example. Let's take, I don't know, the year like 1000 to the year 1010.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's gonna.
Yeah, and
you know.
I think I know what you mean. Like something in the Middle Ages, like something.
But
there.
time is like ticking
Yeah.
faster right now, and could be because we're growing up. Because growing up, and the thing with growing up, like you notice because when I was like 9, 10 years old, I thought 1 hour is like an eternity, but right now 1 hour is fast.
Yeah, 1 hour is like just a snip of a finger.
Yeah, it depends on what
and
you're doing.
And we need to definitely do a like episode about like things about time, like having time and.
Yeah, but it's
time.
just it's interesting for people that are in the same age, because a lot of people that are maybe watching this that are older kind of worked on this part of their lives and figured out for themselves, but it's just part of evolution, part of human psychology, part of human how we're living,
how we're built, how we're
and how we're thinking. But I feel like, guys, unless you have something to add.
No, I guess that was it. Yeah, now go and enjoy your day. And I think, I hope you liked it. If so, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss out on any future video. And we'll see us in the next one. Peace.
Bro, what am I